How's it going, folks? So the band Realmforged is back with a new single here called "The Trial of Shadows." I'm looking forward to checking this out. So I'm not going to beat around the bush. Let's just jump on in and give it a listen, shall we? Rangers, go.
Shadows, the test of my soul, to rise from the darkness, reclaim what they stole. Through fear and despair, I fight to the end, for the light within me will never bend. The trial of shadows, I conquer the night, emerging as fire, a beacon of light. The darkness retreats, the echoes now die.
Really good song. Really good song here. It doesn't mess around. It's quite driven. It stays focused throughout the song with some nice melodies. And again, I really like the guitar work in this song, the main kind of riffs propelling the song forward. The solo, of course, was great. And And yeah, I mean, you have that kind of like aggression to a degree, that edge there, like in the verses. And then the pre-chorus does a really nice job of bridging the gap between the verses and the more melodic kind of style chorus. And yeah, I mean, it's just really, really solid. There's some nice kind of like symphonic elements there in the background. It almost, I couldn't pinpoint whether there in some spots, I don't know, was it in the chorus or it just certain areas. I couldn't exactly pinpoint if I was hearing some keyboard back there or if it was just like kind of symphonic stuff. But either way, that sound there in the background was real nice and gave it an extra little layer to the sound of the song in those spots. Excuse me, sorry. So yeah, I thought that was really well done. And yeah, and it was cool too. Like after the solo, there's like a couple different spots that kind of change up the pace just a smidge, which was neat. Like I like the one spot where the song kind of dies down a little bit. His voice kind of lowers a little bit, gets less like in your face or aggressive or whatnot. And then it kind of builds back up into the chorus and whatnot, that melodic chorus. And yeah, I just really enjoyed that. The one thing I wasn't sure about, I have to listen to the song again, but that little spot there at the end, it almost feels like after he does that one big kind of long wail, where he really holds that note for a while, I kind of thought that was like the end of at least like the vocals, and then maybe because, but then he kind of starts singing again, and I was like, oh, okay, this is kind of interesting. It felt like a fitting stop there for the vocals in that one spot, but then he kind of keeps going. It threw me off a little bit, but it's very brief. It's kind of just like maybe a little, like an epilogue almost for the song. So yeah, I'm not 100% sure how I feel about that. I'd have to listen to the song again, but just on the first listen, that threw me off a little bit. It almost felt like that didn't need to be there. Like it was kind of dragging the song on a little bit longer than it needed to. But after that spot, I really liked the final little guitar medley thing, for the end. So maybe that could have just been right after that long note that he held, instead of having that one little section of more vocals. Again, it's a super like just little minor thing that I'd have to listen to the song again. But like I said, on first listen, that threw me off just a little bit. It felt like that was unnecessary. But aside from that, I mean, I really enjoyed this song. Right from the beginning, it has this nice movement to it that it's engaging for the listener. The vocals are really well done in the verses and stuff. I like that kind of approach. It matched the vibe of the guitars, really kind of propelling the song, and he's got a bit of an edge to his voice there in the verses. And then that pre-chorus was really, really nice as well. And then the chorus hits, and everything really kind of comes together. It's a nice melodic chorus that suits the rest of the song. It adds a little bit more pep, I think, because of that keyboard or symphonic elements in the back, plus the guitar there, and it's just a really nice vibe once that hits, because it's cool that the song, it stays relatively grounded, which I thought was neat. It again, that's why I say the song was very, very focused. It didn't get like distracted or anything, which was cool. Like it starts out like pretty, at like a certain level. It's kind of, got a aggressive sort of kind of vibe to it, like you're chugging along going, and then the pre-chorus kind of raises that just a little bit, and then the chorus, while it adds that nice melodic aspect, like it soars a little bit, it doesn't like go from here to like here. It doesn't like shoot to the stratosphere. It stays very much grounded, but differentiates itself slightly in the vibe from like the verses and whatnot to capitalize on a nice kind of melodic style chorus. So it adjusts the vibe just a little bit, just to kind of add that extra, like, just melodic kind of soaring moment. but without just like breaking out of the song. So it was cool. I really liked that focus in this song where the core of it never gets lost. Even though you get a little bit of movement in there, it's nothing like too crazy. And then, yeah, I really, really liked the guitar solo and all that stuff. Everything that they did in the bridge I thought was really well done, and, kept the song feeling fresh. And then, it hits you with the chorus again, and I already talked about like that, the whole outro. But yeah, it's just a really, really well done song. Like there's not really like anything wrong with it. It's just really solid. It's very enjoyable. It was just executed well musically and vocals. I thought vocally he did a really good job. It suited the style really well. And it's just an all around solid song. So I enjoyed it quite a bit. I'm looking forward to what else Realmforged brings us here in the future. I think it's definitely something to look forward to. There's a lot of talent here, and yeah, I really enjoyed this. So that's my thoughts here. Let me know, folks, in the comments down below. What do you think of this bad boy? What do you think? Very, very curious to know. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I'll catch you next time. Ranger out.